Does everyone have
Okay,
full
today is Wednesday, January January 30th, my God. And, yeah, we are almost to the end of our 6 weeks to success. And I'd like to introduce National Executive Director Pam Stokowski, who is going to introduce our speakers for this evening.
Thank you, Mary. Well, I'm trying to stay warm, and someone said that their wind chill was minus 50. That's our weather. That's not our wind chill. That's just what the temperature is. So before I start, let me take a quick sip of, can anyone read my teacup? It says, she's whiskey in a teacup, and that's what I am today. So anyway, first of all, Mary, thank you so much for inviting me. It is my pleasure to have the opportunity to talk a little bit about my friend and business partner, my favorite Georgia peach, Donna Nelson. Now, here's some amazing stats about Donna. She joined Pampered Chef while working a full-time job, and she had 3 very young daughters. And this was back in the year 2000. So to date, Donna has 99 career recruits. She has $764,000 in career sales. But let me brag about Donna's 2018, if I can, if you don't mind. In 2018, Donna's personal recruiting over 2017 was up 67%, and her team recruiting was up 167%. Now, is this amazing? And I heard that today we were talking about recruiting. So you picked a perfect person here, Mary. And let me tell you, what did that recruiting, how did it impact her team, which she refers to lovingly as Donna's Diamonds? Well, Donna's sales, personal sales were up, no, I'm sorry, her team sales were up by 118% over 2017. And her personal income rose from 2017 to 18 by 69%. She got a 69% raise by recruiting and being an awesome recruiter. All right, so and Donna is always paid on her title. On a personal note, Donna's 3 beautiful daughters are now Stephanie, 29, Jade, 20, Kensley, 18. And what's our favorite pastime when we get together? Donna and I, all we like to do is eat. And I have to tell you, I never heard of a mudslide until I started hanging out with Donna. So that, you're going to hear from that marvelous recruiter. And then talking about another fellow sister Ned, a national executive director, coming all the way from Iowa, we have Ann McMillan in the house today. And Ann started her career in 1991. And her kids, Matt and Stephanie, they weren't even born yet. So they truly did grow up in the business. Talking about a strong recruiter, she has to date, and has to date 186 personally recruited new chefs. And to date, her career sales are over $2 million. $2,033,000. Woo! Woo! All right. Now, her personal recruiting last year over 2017 was up 40%. Her personal team's recruiting was up 45%. And now I'm glad you ladies are sitting, because in her organization, Ann has 700 chefs, and 31 of them are directors or upper level directors. How incredible is that? And Ann and I have teased each other for years about baseball. She's a huge Cubs fan, and I'm a past season ticket holder for the Brewers. So Ann knows that the next time she makes it to Milwaukee and the Cubs are playing the Brewers, I am going to be her personal tailgating chef. So with that, let me introduce again, with no further ado, both Donna and Ann. You ladies, every word that comes out of their mouth is golden, so please take notes, listen to them. So take it away, ladies.
Okay, I'm gonna try to share my screen so y'all can see all the slides. And hopefully if I can't do this, we got a backup.
Donna, did you have too many mudslides today?
Okay, can y'all see my screen? No?
All we're getting is a black screen right now. Go ahead and open up your. There we go.
There you go.
You got it.
Work. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So we're ready for our 6 weeks, or yeah, 6 weeks to success, and our. Well, I don't even see my screen anymore. Mine's gone. Anybody see the screen still?
We've got a gray screen with a white box on it. Are you in the slide? Are you in the slideshow segment?
We should. Yeah, we should have practiced me doing the screen. Apparently, let's see. Okay, let's see. Maybe this will work because I don't see anything but a white screen myself. I guess I see the same thing I do.
Okay, I can pull it up and share my screen, and you can talk to it and just tell me when to change pages if you want.
Okay, we'll do it that way. That'd be easier because I cannot figure this out for some reason.
All right, so I need you to unshare, my dear.
Stop sharing. Okay.
All right. All right, good to go? Oh, hold on, let me switch screens. Hold on.
Okay. We're ready.
I'm going to change screens. Hold on 2 seconds. Great. All right, so just tell me when to switch and we're good.
Okay, we're ready to start our week 4. Reading is the next one. So we're ready to go. Yeah, okay, you got it. Okay, now this is what I told everybody when they told me to talk about recruiting. This is exactly how I felt. So you go ahead and share our little video.
Let me get to that because I had it saved.
If you go out and mark on my face, it really hurts.
Nope, nothing. I thought he had a shoulder.
My shoulder doesn't hurt very much, but my face does. Right here.
Lagging. Hold on seconds, y'all. I have a fix.
Rev takes the hassle out of
Sorry, hold on. God, I hate commercials. Give it a pass, guys. Okay. Hang on. There's a background noise too. If somebody can catch that, mute themselves. That would be fantastic. And give me 2 seconds to pull this up. Oh, I love technology. All right, y'all, hang on just a second. Sorry, we'll get this in just a sec. Okay. There we go.
Nope, nothing. I thought I hit on the shoulder.
Shoulder doesn't hurt very much, but my face does. Right here. Not here or here so much, but right here.
Nope. Ship shape. Waitress, can I get that shrimp cocktail I saw in the last case?
Yep. And you, what kind of, Jesus, what happened to your face?
I knew it. See, Richard. Oh, chicken wings.
Kitchen's closed until dinner. Just got cold stuff you deserve.
Boy, some chicken wings is really good spot. You sure it's closed?
Let me check. Yeah, it's closed.
Okay. I'll just have a sugar packet or two. Hey, what's your name?
Hell,
That's nice. You look like a Helen. Helen, we're both in sales. Let me tell you why I suck as a salesman. Let's say I go to some guy's office. Let's say he's even remotely interested in buying something. Well, then I get all excited. I'm like, Jojo, the idiot circus boy with a pretty new pet. My possible sale. Oh, my pretty little pet. I love you. So I stroke it, I pet it, I massage it. I love it. I love my little naughty pet. You're naughty. And then I take my naughty pet and I go.
Waiting is because you were relaxed. So you had confidence. And that's what it takes to sell. Confidence. Your dad had that. Why do you guys have to be cured these things?
My dad was smart. I'm not.
Very true. But there's two types of smarts. Book smarts, which waved bye-bye to you long ago, and there's street smart, the ability to read people. And you know how to do that, just like your dad. He was the best at knowing what people wanted to hear and what people needed to hear. That's what selling is all about. In a way, these people are buying you, not just great things.
Hey, everybody. It's Tony Robbins. Yeah, you're right, Richard.
I think I am. Holy Lord, look at this guy. Caught him right after Thanksgiving feast.
Oh, nice, Richard.
I need a pooper scoop.
Here you go, y'all. Back to our presentation here. Give me a sec. All right. Everybody can see the screen?
Nope.
All right. Hold on.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one having trouble.
Yeah, there we go. All right. So we're going to pass the stage and we're good to go.
Okay, go to the next page. So now you've seen how I felt, but the big thing is just ask. You don't ask, it's already a no. So this is for live and virtual parties. People deserve to be asked. Send an invitation. Invitation calls out for a reply. An invitation is a compliment. An invitation is never pushy, pesky, or aggressive. An invitation honors the individual, honors the opportunity, and honors you. After all, hospitality is what Peppered Chef is all about. Your customers, your hosts, deserve your gracious invitation. So go to the next slide. Be relatable, be honest, and be passionate. Next slide. Never assume anything. no matter how perfect you think their life is. Don't prejudge, ask everyone. Have you ever thought about doing something like Pampered Chef? 1 in 10 people will become consultants. No's get you closer to recruit. Don't concentrate on one person. You'll lose the right one by not keeping your options open. Not all future recruits need money. Release the ones that won't sign. Put them on a contact list for later. Keep on moving on and looking for the next one. Next slide.
There's no
That's
sister that didn't
positive.
attack you either, did she?
And my husband works out of town 5 days a week. What a great reason to have an opportunity to work without losing time with him. I have 4 children. Get a break from each other for a few hours twice a week. I'm new in my area. What a great reason to get to know your community more and meeting new people and learning how to get around town doing shows. Next slide. Recruiting half your host each month is a great place to start. 2 positives already. Your host loves the products because they had a party. Your host likes you. That's why you're doing a party for them. And of course, we got a bonus. We have a kit credit for our host. Most people talk themselves into and out of and back into signing before they sign. Ask your host 5 different times. Next slide. And of course, how to do that, how to ask your host 5 different ways. Your friends are excited and RSVPing, looks like they love PC. Are you interested in giving this business a try? You are doing such a fabulous job getting people excited. I would love to have someone as exciting as you on my team. You would make a great consultant. At $300 in sales or higher, you just qualified for a kit credit. Did you know you could save $25 to $50 on a starter kit? Before we close your party, I just want to ask one more time, are you sure you don't want to give this business a try? Next slide. At your shows, this is one thing I've really tried to do better. Listen and mingle. Arrive early to your party to greet your guests. Listen to them as they talk. You might hear someone looking for a job, someone just happy to have a night out, someone who doesn't like their job, someone who would like to be a stay-at-home mom. Next slide. Now, this is an example of like a virtual party. You can share something like this, a post like this. I always share the incentive special. You never know who's motivated by free products. And of course, you can tell them it's a perfect time and show the special and what they can earn and how the kit credit works and how cheap they can actually get the kit. And I always do the click here for more information and have it go right to my website being a consultant. And I make sure it's going to right to my website. Okay, next slide. Okay, things to mention in every show. Plant the seed. Make sure your story comes from your heart. Why you love your business. How did it change your life? How has it changed you? You need to invite people to explore. Why you got started. How has it helped you personally? Why would you look forward to doing a show? Personal invitation for joining your team. Next slide. Okay, now this is just something you can post on a virtual party, or you mention it at your parties that there are different types of consultants, just catalog and virtual consultants, and short term that are trying to save for something, or a hobbyist that just loves doing the show and earning some extra money when they have an opportunity. Of course, part-time consultants and full-time consultants. So that's just something to be sure to mention, that you don't have to be a full-time stay-at-home mom to do this. You can be a busy person and still do this. Next slide. Okay, we're not just selling the kit. We are offering an opportunity. Many people start this business for their grocery money or car payment before long they find they're making the mortgage payment. Please watch what I do tonight and think about how this could fit in your family's lifestyle. We teach you everything you need to know, give you a great kit options, and you can fit this around your family schedule. The information is free, and most of us couldn't picture ourselves in this apron, but I found it's a perfect fit. One size fits all. Okay, next slide. And let people see the real side of you. Tell them what Pampered Chef has done for you and your family. Share your story, and if you're virtual, you can do a video. And here's an example of a strong close, and I'm just going to read it to you. Who here has had fun tonight? And of course, you can do a video if you're doing this on virtual. So you can do just a live video saying this. I would like for you to think about how you could do this too. I've talked to you about how Pampered Chef has made a positive impact in my life, and I know it could yours too. What would an extra $200 look like for you a month? Would it take care of gas for your car? Would it pay for groceries without having to stress you out about how to make ends meet? Does it help you pay off an extra bill? What about an extra $500? Does that take care of your car payment or pay for kids' sports camp or help you eliminate credit card debt? What could that do for you? What about an extra $1,000 or $1,500 a month? Is that your mortgage payment? Does that help relieve the stress on, oh, how I wish I could take my family on vacation, and this is the best way to do that? What would it mean to you? I'm telling you all this because this is possible. Pampered Chef is working for me, and I know it can work for you. I can't tell you how much financial stress it has relieved for me and my family, and I believe God has given me this blessing, and I want to share it with you. If you're interested in learning more about this business and just talking and see if this is the right fit for you, mark maybe or comment below. Feel free to call me or text me, and let's chat about how this business can work for you. Next slide. We're not here just to sell the kit. We're here to sell the opportunity. We're offering an opportunity to be debt-free, to quit their job, to stay home with their kids, to have a community of friends and family. Those experiences is what you're selling. Those are the things that will make them want to be a part of that. This is the reason why this opportunity is so great. And next slide. And we are opening up for questions. And I know Ann's going to help us out with some of these questions too. So, questions?
Great job, Donna.
Thank you.
None of you have a single question about recruiting?
Donna, that apron picture, do you have that? Where is that? Do you have it? Can you share it?
I can share it. I mean, I can just post it on our little group. How about that?
Perfect.
I have a question.
Thank
What
you.
do
I
you-
really like it.
What do you do about the fence sitters? The people that are on the fence.
I'm going to let Ann answer that.
I will be happy to address it. And before I come back and do that, Deborah, Donna, what I'm wondering, and maybe it was just my computer or the weather, but it was really hard to stay with the slides tonight because your voice was not at the same pace as the slides were sometimes.
Mhm.
So I think the weather's causing havoc. So maybe we could post some of your really great slides in the Facebook group
Okay.
so people could go back to that. Do you think that would be okay?
Oh, yeah.
Would the rest of you guys like that? Give me a thumbs up if you think that would be helpful. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm happy to do that, Ann.
Yeah.
Donna can help you with that later.
Okay.
Okay, that would be fabulous. But back to Deborah's question about fence sitters. I would love to say, I don't want any fence sitters. I want to sign them before they get on the fence. But in reality, we do have some fence sitters. But I do think there's a couple key things. If you're having a lot of fence sitters, I do truly think then you maybe want to take a look at what you might be doing as a habit or what you might be saying regularly And could that possibly be putting them on the fence? Like, could we be talking too much and not listening enough? Could we be giving them too many things to think about that don't really matter right now? Sometimes I think people get on the fence because they've talked themselves into it, out of it, into it, and they're back out of it now, so they're sitting on the fence because we've brought up too many parts of the business to them. So if you guys are not using the easy interview cards, I do really like those because it doesn't make me over talk. And it just, you find out what they're interested in. Maybe they're just interested in the money, or maybe they're interested in a good deal on the products. And then that's the part I talk about. I don't talk about the money plus you get products, plus you can earn a trip, plus you can do this. I just really would talk about the money if that's what their real interest was. So it's not a concrete answer, and I'd love to hear if some of the rest of you have it, but the first step is I try to prevent fence sitters, and if I get a lot of them, I try to figure out what the heck I'm doing to get them on the fence. And then the other thing is a line I do use that seems to work really well is I tell them that, you know, giving this business a try does not have to be a lifetime decision. You can just give it a test drive. And that seems to help also.
And do either you or Pam have a good closing line to seal the deal that you could share?
Okay, I had to unmute myself. After I present, I hope you don't mind, Ann, if I...
No, this is great.
Okay, after I talk about, well, like you said, 2 ears, 1 mouth. Okay, do you have any further questions? And they say no. And I said, well, I have one for you. When would you like to receive your first paycheck?
Oh, nice.
So that's the question I put in their court. And I don't know, it works.
Mm-hmm.
They always have an answer, always. Oh, that's right.
Sometimes I'm even more specific than Pam, and I ask them, do you want your first paycheck February 7th or February 21st?
Excellent.
So, you know, with our virtual world now, they can do a party today and get a paycheck February 7th.
Great, thank you, ladies.
What other good questions you guys have?
You all look so serious. My goodness.
Do you all ask your hosts at least 3 or 4 times? Give me a thumbs up if you do. Whoa, so some know and some thumbs aren't up. Some are saying they do it 5 times. You know, that's the proven record, Mary. If I could give them one really lasting tip, I would say you've got to start with your hosts, and you've got to ask them from your first host coaching conversation to your last, and then you ask them again the next time they have a party with you again and again. I've had some great team members that had 3 or 4 parties with me over 2 or 3 years before they ever finally decided to give this a try. So your hosts are so, so important. And if they continue to say no, the other tip I have to give you is you need to ask that host that's a great host, and you tell them, oh my gosh, Mary, you're a fabulous host. I love working with you. And since you don't want to join my team, do you have any referrals? Anybody you recommend? You know, do you have a family member or a daughter or a sister or anybody that you think really could love this business like I do? And you'll be, and then just be quiet, and you'll be surprised as they talk about it. Sometimes it comes back to it's actually them.
Do you typically, at any kind of a show, if your hostess is recruited and becomes a consultant, do you give her those bookings? From her?
I do. I don't know what you guys all do, but if they join my team while I'm doing their party or during the process of that, it's my party for the sales, but it's all of their bookings. But I give them all the outside orders to start their first party. So does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I do.
I also do that, but I like at the show, I ask the host permission. I'll say, you know, you're kind of thinking about this, and I bet the scariest thing is bookings. Would you mind if I kind of threw it out there to your friends? And she likes it when I do it versus she does it. And I'll say, all right, Mary tonight is kind of thinking about joining Pampered Chef. If Mary joined Pampered Chef, please raise your hand if you'd like to see Mary succeed. Everyone raises their hand, right? Now, keep your hand raised if you'd like to host one of Mary's first parties. They keep their hands raised. So, and I look at Mary and I'll go, look at, you've got a business sitting right in front of you. And it kind of gets a little chuckle, but it works. It just, it's hard for the host to ask her friends. It's easier for me to ask on her behalf. And then of course she gets all the bookings. So that's me.
And the only other thing that I would offer is if you hear no, don't be put off by it.
Right.
Because I can tell you exactly what I said to the woman who asked me if I wanted to become a consultant. I said, are you out of your mind? I would rather have a root canal.
Oh.
I had somebody call me. You guys are spot on with the whole referral thing. I had a bleacher friend, which is one of those friends you only see when the kids are during that particular sports season.
Oh,
and you don't see them again until the next sports season, and then they're your best friend again. So I had a bleacher friend contact me and tell me that she had just gone to a Pampered Chef show. She knew I was looking for part-time work, and I would be great at it. And I said, I think I hear my mom calling. So, I mean, I just thought she was nuts because I had sworn off ever doing sales ever again. So, of course, never say never. You know where that gets you. But if she had not said that and put that seed in my head, you know, I may not have finally agreed to give it a try. So always, the referral thing is huge.
And what actually got me is that and Pam knows me very well, I'm a value shopper. I do love me a good coupon. But when I looked at what was involved in the starter kit, and that was most of what I was going to be ordering. And since it was risk-free, I thought, okay, I'll give this a try. And I fully intended to do 3 shows and be done. That was it. That was, you know, and that's 16 years and over 1,000 shows ago. So who knew? So are there any more questions about recruiting? Well, I would like to thank both Donna and Ann. However, I would like to offer all of you, I have had a question that has appeared a couple of times about something that Ann is doing. And I have asked her if she could tell us about that. But what I need to do is I need to stop the recording. So give me a hot second here to stop the recording. And then